British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is about to speak to the nation after the UK confirmed 2 cases of the new Omicron variant. And as more countries ban flights from southern Africa because of that new COVID-19 variant, America's top infectious disease expert says now is not the time to panic. Hello there, I'm Halima Hirdeen. This is Aljazeera live from Doha. Also coming up, the US is calling for urgent negotiations to end the conflict in Ethiopia, while Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed is on the front lines. And rioting on the streets of Burkina Faso, protesters vent their anger, demanding the president step down.
This is BBC World News, the headlines. Passengers in South Africa scramble to find flights out of the country as world leaders announce tighter border controls over fears that a new COVID strain may be more infectious and more resistant to vaccines. Officials in Germany and the Czech Republic now say they have suspected cases of the variant. They're waiting for confirmation from further tests. Europe's only confirmed case so far is in Belgium. Scientists warn of an unprecedented alien attack on wildlife in Australia. They say more of the country's unique indigenous animals and plants could disappear by the middle of the century. And the legendary composer Stephen Sondheim has died at the age of 91. He composed and wrote lyrics for a vast number of musicals, including West Side Story, Sweeney Todd and Follies.
Prime Minister Modi chairs a key meet on COVID amidst a new variant. Omicron says need to be proactive, asks official to review plans for easing of international travel restrictions. A new COVID variant, Omicron, triggers off a global alarm. A market sell-off, stocks tumble, oil plunges by $10 a barrel. The UK confirms the first of its 2 cases of the new COVID strain, Omicron. 18 countries, including the US, Canada, the UK, Japan, restrict flights from South Africa, where the first case was detected. South Africa calls the travel ban draconian, unscientific and contrary to WHO's advice. The Karnataka government steps up COVID-19 precautionary screening of international passengers at the airports to be intensified, and RT-PCR tests now mandatory for visitors from Maharashtra and Kerala. The BCCI should consult the government before sending our cricket team to South Africa, says Anurag Thakur. India is slated to tour South Africa next month. A tour slated to begin on the 17th. Indian players scheduled to fly on a chartered plane to Johannesburg on the 8th. 281 students now positive at Karnataka's Medical College, the medical hub of North Karnataka. It closes 113 samples sent for genome sequencing. And farmer leaders defer Monday's planned march to Parliament. This 2 days before the government is to introduce a bill cancelling the farm laws. And NDTV's Reality Check wins an award in journalism for our expose on UP's love jihad cases.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has announced new measures to try and stop the spread of the new coronavirus variant, Omicron. This comes after the country confirmed 2 cases. The World Health Organization is calling the new strain of a variant of concern, but is still cautioning countries against making hasty decisions about closing their borders after several countries suspended flights to and from a number of southern African countries.
We need to slow down the seeding of this variant in our country. We need to buy time for our scientists to understand exactly what we're dealing with, and for us to get more people vaccinated, and above all, to get more people boosted.
61 travelers have tested positive for COVID-19 after arriving in Amsterdam from South Africa. Dutch authorities say they're conducting further tests to see if any of the infections belong to the new variant. The remains of 3 people have been found in the Solomon Islands capital of Honiara following several days of rioting. Forensic teams are investigating the scenes. The country's growing allegiance to China and frustrations over chronic unemployment helped spark the riots, which began Wednesday. Thousands of Spanish police officers have rallied in the capital, Madrid, against a government plan to reform a controversial law banning the unauthorized use of police images. Police say the change of the security law will leave them unprotected and impact their ability to do their job, while authorities say the law is unconstitutional and amounts to censorship. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is in Turkmenistan for a two-day official visit. He met with his counterpart Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov on Saturday and will attend the Organization for Economic Cooperation Summit.
We are determined to take the necessary steps to increase our trade volume to $5 billion to begin with.
And Russian officials say they're now switching their rescue operation to a recovery mission after a mine accident in the Kemerovo region left more than 50 people dead on Thursday. Dozens more were injured when coal dust caught fire in the mine's ventilation shaft.